Hello, Andrea Owen here of Your Kick-Ass Life, and I wanted to make this little video for you because really I wanted to show you how I've been able to manifest using the law of attraction, leveraging the law of attraction, how I've been able to manifest some amazing things in my life, and then it's really not that hard. So backing up a little bit, I first learned about vision boards and made my very first one back in 2007. After I had basically been through the ringer. I had two broken relationships in quick succession, and I was at a very low point in my life, and I was pretty desperate to try something. So I literally got a piece of paper, and I still have it, and I'm going to show you. I got a piece of paper, and I made basically what I wanted, and I will show you. I hope that you can see this pretty well, and I hope you're not laughing, but this is literally what I drew. And I didn't have any magazines at the time or glue or all the things that I thought I needed to make one, so I just drew what I wanted. And basically, as you can see, all the hearts, I wanted to be surrounded by people that loved me, hence more hearts down there. Apparently I wanted sunshine at the time. I wrote the date on it. There's a dog in there. I never got a dog, but minor details, I guess. I just basically, the feeling that I wanted was just love. It was basically what I wanted for myself and for the people around me, because at that time I didn't feel like I had it. So I did that, and at the bottom of this little vision board I wrote, approach every day with positive thoughts, anticipating good things, and they will be drawn to me. I don't even remember writing that. I do remember making this, but I don't remember writing that. And that literally was when my life started to change. The reason that I wanted to show you this first was to prove to you that it's not that hard. You don't have to have fancy software. You don't have to even really have magazines. If you just have a pen or a pencil and a piece of paper and ideas and the knowledge about the law of attraction. Then I did start making vision boards that looked a little bit different, but I always sort of fell back on the old standard pen and paper. This one I made about 18 months ago. We were still living in California at the time in a different house, and we were struggling financially. And I remember distinctly sitting at my desk and thinking, like, this isn't what we're destined for. I know that I can change this. I know that I can do this leveraging the law of attraction. So I've had to figure out what I wanted. And there were a few key things that I wanted, and I'll get into it later, that it's never really the thing that you want, it's the feeling behind it. But the thing that I wanted was a few things. So I drew that. Let's see if you can see that. I really, okay, this is me here. I don't know if you can see it with the light. That's me here in my business. I really wanted a housekeeper because I was so tired. I have two little kids. I run my own business, and I am not good at housekeeping. I tell my husband it's not my genius. I wanted a housekeeper, so I drew her, and she has curly hair, and she had a vacuum, because I don't like my vacuum. And another thing I wanted was a really big garage for my husband, and I drew a house, because I wanted a bigger house. At the time, we were living in a townhome, and it was about 1,300 square feet, and I wanted more space. I wanted more counter space. I drew that on there, and I wanted a bigger closet. So those are the things that I drew. And you can even still see the tape on here. I just taped it up on the wall, nothing fancy. And I'm going to show you some actual pictures of where we are now. The housekeeper thing, it took a while. Sometimes the law of attraction takes a while. 2 weeks ago, hired someone to come and clean my house. And I opened the door, and she had curly hair. And she brought a vacuum. But the curly hair thing, I don't know where it came from. I just drew it, and I opened the door, and she had her hair in a ponytail, and it was curly, and it was unbelievable. So I created it. I attracted all of that into. Now I'm going to show you some actual pictures, some evidence of what I have manifested in my life. So the first thing let me back up a little bit. The very first big thing that I ever manifested was my husband. And you may have heard the story before if you've been following me. When I was at my worst point, I wrote down that I wanted 3 things in a new relationship. I wanted my partner to have 3 attributes. They were integrity, I wanted him to have self-respect, and I wanted him to love himself before he loved me. And that's really all that I wanted. And that was my list. And I met him I think it was about 2 months later. I met Jason, who is now my husband. And there we are, aren't we cute? But that was my first big evidence, like, oh my gosh, this really works. This absolutely works. And then I started to see all of these things happening from this that I drew. I'll show you a few more recent things that I've manifested. We love to go camping. And I don't go in tents anymore now that I have small children, and I really wanted to go camping in an RV. I don't want to necessarily buy an RV. We didn't want to spend the money. I didn't want that, but I wanted to go camping in an RV, and I didn't know how we were going to do it. So my husband actually managed to, I didn't know that people do this, but you can rent an RV from a private person. Anyway, that's what we ended up doing. It was so fun. The next thing was I manifested a house. We were living in a space that was not good, and I always tell my clients that if your geographical area sucks, then it bleeds into other parts of your life. So I had found this picture in a magazine. I just loved the house. I'm not the type of person, I don't want to live in a mansion. I just wanted this house. I wanted a 3-car garage. I wanted it to have brick on the house. I wanted it to be 1 story. I wanted it to have views of the mountains. Keep in mind, I made this back in California. So when we moved out here, and this is now the house that we're living in. We looked at a lot of houses, and for the same amount of money, and I knew it wasn't right, and I knew it wasn't the right house, and then we found this. And I didn't actually, okay, so the vision board was put away. I didn't even remember that I had put that on my vision board. I just got this vision board out after we had been living in this house for a couple of months, and I saw it and got goosebumps all over my legs and was like, oh my God, it's almost the same house. So let's see, the next thing was the closet I talked about a little bit earlier. This is the closet that I wanted. I actually had cut out a picture of myself and put it on there, but my kids thought it was neat and ripped it off. So and then this is my closet. It's not, it's not enormous, but it's a heck of a lot bigger than what I had before. And then the next thing is money, that I've manifested money, and that's been kind of crazy that I've been able to do that. But I really just wanted enough money for us to be able to do the things that we really wanted to do. I'm teaching a class on the basics of the law of attraction and how to make a vision board, how to leverage it to be able to manifest all the things that you want, just like I've done. It's a 3-part class. It's in August. All the information is on this page. If you're watching this video on YouTube, if you go to yourkickasslife.com/LOA-class, that's where you'll find all the information to be able to sign up. It's 3 parts. I'm having a Q&A section. It's basically, I think it's really affordable for the amount of stuff that you're going to learn. I'm going to teach you everything I've learned over the last 6 years, and I'll teach you more in depth on how I manifested money and the mindset. The thing is, you guys, is this isn't about strategy. It's not about, okay, here's what I want, and here's the list of how I'm going to do it. It's totally not about that. It's about your mind, and that's the easiest thing to control. So we can't control the how. We can't control the to-do list and the strategy a lot of times, but we can control our mind. And that's how this all works. And that's why I'm so excited to teach this class. I've taught this workshop before, and so many people have asked me to teach it virtually. So I'm doing that. I'm bringing it to you. So I hope to see you there. And that's it. Thanks.